if you are a deep thinker, you think a lot. There's no how you will not think to Nigeria's problems. Sometime last year, I just started to think that okay, there are countries that were developing around the same time that Nigeria was developing, around the same time we got our independence and whatever. But those countries are doing a lot better right now than we are. And I was trying to understand what they did differently. And the question that kept coming to my mind was, how are we here? I've been in Lagos for maybe 2 or 3 months now, and the most interesting thing as I've seen is just like pile of rubbish on the roads, and then most recently flood, right? Like most cities in the world, they figured out waste management. They've, at least to a large extent, figured out how to prevent flood that happens in the same areas every year. But for whatever reason, Nigerians, we can't seem to figure out all those problems. Like these are not even, and that's the reason we have not figured out these problems is because Nigerians are lazy people. It's not true. Nigerians are not lazy. We are some of the most hardworking people you would find on this planet. You also cannot say it's because there's this guy I used to follow on Twitter whose whole thing was the reason why Nigeria has not developed and countries like Singapore or like China has developed is because of something that is genetic or something. He had this gene theory and his solution to that was eugenics or whatever. I'm just like, I don't think that's the problem. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is our value system. What do we value? And I'm going to tell you that I think Nigerians value the appearance of success, not actual success. We want to outwardly look successful without fixing systemic problems or structural problems. And that is because of our value system. Our value system does not reward the process, or let me say, it doesn't reward the best way I can put it doesn't reward the process of becoming a thing. The effort you put into things that creates this beautiful outputs. We are more focused on outputs. Right now, the issue with being more focused on outputs than on processes is that people will do whatever they can to get specific outputs. And all of this to say, all of this to say that we are we do not care about excellence as long as there is some sort of temporary results, something temporary that everybody can see and can praise us for. In the long run, what we have is we don't have continuity. Just we cannot, like, you know how do I put this? A governor comes in, fixes a bunch of stuff to just look, I'm doing something, right? But as soon as he leaves, whatever I did is discontinued, not maintained. There are no systems to maintain it. There's nothing, right? The next person comes and is like, let me prove that I can do something. So changes all of what the previous person did not build on top of it to improve the processes and whatnot. Next person comes and next person comes in, because everybody is just optics, focused on optics. What's the effect of this in the long run? The effect is that we keep starting over. We keep starting over. So everything is that nobody's documenting anything. So we keep starting over from where we left off. Nobody's focused on excellence or par. Everything is just subpar and it's just built on top of each other. And nobody cares on as long as we can see the building. Nobody cares if this building is going to last long, for how long it's going to last. And you see this also in business, the way that we build our business. We build businesses for optics. We're not building in such a way it becomes scalable, in such a way that we are not tying ourselves as like key men within the business. And this is something I learned the hard way in the past 2 years. I took a break off of socials, tried to evaluate how my environment is contributing to the way I think and the way I think about business as well. And in that time, I was able to figure a bunch of stuff out, which I ended up writing a lot about on my blog. I recorded a couple of episodes for my podcast, which I never posted, but I'm going to be doing that. But let me know if you would like or you'd be interested in hearing me talk more about a lot of the research I did into this. I'll see you in my next video.